Hello and welcome to Serious Sentiments. I am Johnny Kane with my first Serious Sentiment in probably about a month. I think my last one was the Virginia basketball. Will they go to see Trump or the racist known governor of Virginia, their own home state? And so far, all I've seen on that is that they will not be going to the White House. I don't know about Northam. I'm sure he's already thrown them some little champagne dinners that the media wasn't aware of or something. But maybe they didn't even want to be with Northam. I don't know. It's hard to say, but they definitely didn't. They're not going to do the White House. Whether they were invited or not, doesn't matter. So that video, the question still remains. The other questions remain out there. My big prediction that Michelle Obama will enter the 2020 election race. Still got to wait on that. I told you. She's probably going to wait until the mid to late summer, probably maybe even August. And then once she's in, everybody step aside. We got somebody new, fresh and exciting, Michelle Obama. So that one's still lingering out there. I have a video from 2.5 years ago about why we're going to go to a war with Iran. That's lingering out there right now, as you see. But the big serious sentiment here today is going to be, what will happen to Trump for Democrats to have a slight chance to beat him in the 2020 election? My theory is this. Now, where I used to work, we had a cook who came in who I know was pro-Trump, who didn't believe Trump would win in 2016, for 6, 7, 8 months, telling the guy, Trump's this, showing him videos, blah, blah, blah. And, I think he wanted Trump. I don't know if he voted or not. But I do know that the day after Trump won, the world was shocked, right? I had to stay up to 3 a.m. to find out, like everybody else, because the networks decided that they had to come up with their game plan to destroy him in those 3 hours. Instead of just announcing that he'd won, give him his day and give him his due. No, they had to ruin his election night speech. Hillary Clinton held out, forever. But I think it was the Clinton campaign and the network heads getting together, trying to figure out what's the excuse, how do we pin this? They were exposed on election night. A lot of the news anchors and pundits and a lot of the Democrats that were spread out everywhere on the media, they were stunned. And they at first blamed Hillary, which was the correct response. But then they took cues from God knows where to say it was Russia, it was Facebook, it was Alex Jones, it was the racist white people. Well, that one was said very early in the night, or late when they realized on CNN that Trump was going to win, that it was white people being racist, and this is their big get back. Return to the white racist America. That was an excuse right away. But back to the cook who died. He died. I didn't even tell you that. So he came in the next day after the election and said, well, my 401k has hit the shitter. It's hit the shitter. This was the next day after the election. And you can have a lot of, reasons. Why did the stock market go down so much the next day? When he was elected and they knew that he was going to cut regulations and cut taxes, that would usually spur a huge 401k the next day. And people would be going, whoa, Trump's already doing what he said he would. No, the first day they had to ruin other people's enjoyment by knocking down the 401k huge. So to where he was like going, well, I don't know if I want Trump if my 401k is going to shit. And like I told you, I told him, don't worry about that. It'll go up. And now 401ks have gone really well and people are sitting a lot richer than they used to be. And so he died just a few weeks ago, only at about age 60, not getting to his retirement, just paid off his house. And I'm thinking about in his life, his big deal, his moment of celebration, his day where he could have all hugged us, shook our hands and said, oh, wow, what a great victory for America, and my 401k's up. No, the Democrats ruined that. What I'm trying to say is the Democrats are business. They own a lot of business. We see Facebook and Google and Apple hate President Trump. Hate him. hate them to death. The next day they were holding open meetings where they were basically discussing how their world is a nightmare now and that Trump won. I mean, these are the CEOs of Facebook, Apple, Google, the NSA, the CIA, all these former heads of Obama were all sad and starting to spread the Russia lie instantly. They took away all our joy. They took away the 2.5 years of President Donald Trump's presidency. They handcuffed him. And your 401k is doing great. But what I'm saying is that since we all know it's great, right, and it's going well, there's no doubt in my mind at this point that the Democrats will come up with a plan. Like they already have it in planned. They're just waiting to install it. That would be to devastate the stock market probably in about the 3 weeks or 4 weeks or 5 weeks or maybe even 2 months leading up to the 2020 election. So September, October of 2020, I can smell and fear right now the fact that a lot of big business, world globalist, socialist, Democrat-leaning big business will do something to make the stock market be bad. So then Trump's always talk about, your 401k, this and that. Well, it's going to be worse. Just like gas prices, You can get the electorate angry by having high gas prices, and no one would get elected at that point. If you got $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 gallons of gas, they're going to blame. Everybody in America is going to want to blame somebody, and it would need a change at the top. Blame Trump for it, but it's really not in his control. Even though he took some partial credit for it recently, and I always say, President of the United States can tell OPEC what to do. Maybe they won't listen, but it just depends on their power, how much they have. And, I'm saying that big business will pull out a lot of money or do something to make the stock market go bad to hurt Trump. That's one weapon they're going to use. I'm just saying, get ready for it. And, Rush Limbaugh doesn't talk about that. Michael Savage, all these, they all have good intentions, but you have to be able to see the future. The future is they want you to be like that cook on the day after the election instead of being happy to be upset and looking at your wallet. Now, you would say, oh, well, the 401k is going good. People's wallets are doing better. People have better jobs. Unemployment down. That's a shoo-in for the president to win again. They'll try to take that away. And if they can't take all of it away, they can definitely have people that have big chunks of money take it out or create phony little problems, or China can interfere by saying, we're going to go to higher tariffs, and then that will make the stock market go down, and people say Trump and tariffs, and you see what I'm saying? That is definitely in plan over the next year and a half, and it will probably take place in the 2 months. They know. They tried to do the Billy Bush thing just a few weeks before, or a month before the election last time, to sabotage and sink his campaign. It didn't work. Then they got FBI agents to sabotage him and put a crossfire sting on him and infiltrate his campaign and frame him and this and that. I mean, one thing I know for sure is that dirty socialist, fake Democrats, whatever they call themselves now today, progressive, they call themselves now an insurance company's name. So progressive, a good word. Liberal, a good word. Democrat doesn't fit with those two words. Socialist fits with Democrat. Communist fits with Democrat. Authoritarian fits with Democrat. Progressive and liberal don't. I wish Rush Limbaugh and other people, many people, would stop calling them liberals. Liberal is a good word. Progressive is a good word. Socialist, Democrat, socialist. Authoritarians, there you go. That's more apt. So, there's my serious sentiment. I believe that big globalist companies that support Democrats in this country will do something to hurt the stock market for sure, leading up to the election. I don't know exactly when it's going to happen. Could be 2 months, 3 months. Maybe they want it early and often. Maybe they want to start it pretty soon. Either way, your 401k, they're going to try to hurt it because they know you care about it. Thanks for watching. Democrats suck.